Hey everyone, I am here at our campgrounds getting ready for a network leadership retreat with our presbyters. But first, we wanted to bring up a conference that we were at last week in Kansas City. It was hosted by our national office and it was called the General Treasurers Conference, and they were teaching about all things pertaining to financial integrity. It was a wonderful time. You may be asking yourself, am I handling money correctly as a minister? Or maybe, is my church taking care of our finances the right way according to our law? Well, I'm pleased to say that we have a great team member that's on staff with us to help with these areas, and that's our financial manager, Phil Parker. Phil, thanks for being here with us today. Why don't you just talk about some things that churches and ministers have to deal with in this area and how you can help?
Thanks, Toby. You know, if you're a credentialed minister, the IRS views you in a very unique way. For income tax purposes, they view you as an employee of your church. But for Social Security purposes, they view you as self-employed. Now, why is that an issue? Well, first of all, if you were a normal employee at a normal business, your business would have to withhold your taxes for you and send them in for you. But your church, because you're self-employed, doesn't have to withhold anything for you because of your self-employed status. A lot of ministers don't realize that, and when it comes to tax time, nothing's been set aside, and so they get hit with a huge tax bill because nothing has been prepared for. Now, the second thing is, if you were a normal employee, you would only pay half of your Social Security, which is 7.65%, and your employer would pay the other half. But as a self-employed minister, you're responsible for the full 15.3%. So again, if you're not setting this money aside, come tax time, you're going to get hit with a big bill. The good news is there are a lot of great tax advantages for ministers if you know what they are and you can take advantage of them. But if you don't, you're going to be paying more taxes than you need to. And churches, on the other hand, they've got a whole host of things that are important for them to take care of and take care of correctly. For example, contribution statements for your donors, financial statements for your board and for your congregation, withholding taxes for your employers and doing it right for them and for your ministers whose taxes are so different. You've got quarterly and annual tax forms to file. And as I mentioned, for ministers, because of their unusual tax situation, their W-2s are very different than a normal employee's are. Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience, if you don't take care of these things correctly, you've got a long and painful process ahead of you to fix it with the IRS. And the longer you wait, the harder it gets and the more expensive it gets because they start charging penalties and interest. Now, we can help you with any of those situations. Another thing that churches need to be concerned about is setting themselves up to prevent fraud or the appearance of fraud in the church or from outside the church. So we want to help you with any of these things, and the good news is the district makes me available. One of the main reasons I'm here is to help our ministers and our churches to get these things right, or if there's been mistakes made, to come and help fix them. I can also come and do kind of an on-site assessment and give you some suggestions for how you can do things better. We can do these things via phone call or email. We can do Zoom calls. I can even come on site if that would be the best thing for you. And we can work through these things together. The good news is it's all free for you. And so I just look forward to you giving me a call so I can help you out in any way I can.
Well, thank you, Phil. Phil's contact information will now be on the bottom of the screen here. Of course, you can also find him at our website, neag.org, and on our Realm database, because both Phil and Linda are ministers in our network as well. So don't struggle through these things alone. Please call Phil for help, because most of us just don't feel called to that type of the ministry stuff that we have to do. And honestly, it may not even be that much fun for you. So please take advantage of this great resource we have in Phil Parker. Thanks again. Hey, always remember, walk holy, work hard, and worship him. We'll see you next time.